I have a message that I want to encourage you with. And this message is coming off of an experience I had yesterday, but also the truth about learning who I am, body, soul, and spirit. So yesterday was one of those days where it just felt like there was just a lot of less than ideal circumstances happening in like different areas of my life, like my personal computer. I had plugged something into it, and it started to mess with the drivers in my computer, and my computer completely froze and wouldn't restart. And then it was just some other stuff. And so even up until like the end of the night, right? Like, nevertheless, here I am on this good Thursday, having a completely different day. I took my computer to the repair shop. The price wasn't as much as I thought. She's like, we'll try to do it. We'll try to fix it. My belief is that it's going to be fixed. All the things. And something that is my truth, that I was actually integrating myself in, was how you have to allow life to be a life of polarity. Like, you don't have to villainize life. Life doesn't have to be lifing. Something that I've started to say is how much life is for me, how much life goes well for me. That's the basis of what this ministry teaches, that life goes well for me. So I'm not going to be in that space and still villainize my life, and still every time something happens, circumstances are out to get me, life is out to get me, God is always testing me, the enemy is always messing with me. Like, I don't live in that space anymore. I used to have the identity of the person, and stuff always went the wrong way. Like, I don't care how you slice it, dice it, chop it, circumstances just did not work out for me. And in the midst of yesterday, trying to get my computer to work, having some other stuff come up, just all these things, that belief was like right there glaring at me, like, you see this? And I regulated, I released, and I ended up just being in this space where I'm not integrating myself in that identity. So beyond what was going on in my life, I was still anchored in the belief that I am the person that life is to go well for. Computers mess up. Technology messes up. Things happen. And I don't even spend a lot of time even in just that. Nevertheless, it's just a moment. I'm just having a moment. And I had mentioned this, I think, in a previous message, where I have moved out of this place where I am commentary of my own life, where I'm looking at things and I'm commenting, I'm giving commentary, like, oh, look at that happening to me, and that's happening to me, or that's not my identity. My identity is one where I'm curating my life, where I'm getting in the midst of the circumstances, and I'm rerouting it. And I said this to my private container yesterday. For me, that really means going back to my roots, going back to my faith roots. I was introduced to performance, to having, from the identity of being the person that doesn't talk about it, but I talk to it. I talk to the storm. I talk to the mountain. I moved out of this very religious, begging, whining, weak, passive posture, and I moved into an identity of power, like the Bible teaches. I got out of what somebody was feeding me that faith was. Faith is not hoping and wishing. Faith is decreeing. Faith is insisting. When we read about faith in action in the Gospels, it is a place of insistence. It is a place of demanding. It is blind Bartimaeus screaming for Jesus. It is the woman with the demon-possessed daughter insisting Jesus can do something. It is the persistent widow. It is the woman with the issue of blood who is not even supposed to be outside, pressing through the crowd, having made her mind up. If I may just touch the hem of his garment, I shall be made whole. Nobody spoke that over her. She didn't ask Jesus about that. In fact, when she touches Jesus and the Bible says he feels virtue, he's wondering, who did that? Who pulled power from the Messiah? And it wasn't just a matter of touching him, because his disciple says, everybody's touching you. No, somebody touched me, having made their mind up about what they want. That's where I am. Cause in the midst of like a lot of what I was doing, I kind of lost my way with that posture of insistence, of demanding, of commanding, of saying, no, I'm not sitting here giving commentary on my life all day, every day. This happening to me, that happening to me. I can't catch a break. No, we're not doing that. I said I'm returning to my roots. I'm this already, and I said this in this month. You should be talking to this year. You should have talked. You should have said something to the entirety of this year about your expectations, about what's going to show itself, about performance, and about having. And when things show up that are unfavorable, it's just a moment. It's just a moment. And if it feels like, no, this is bigger than a moment, then let it be bigger than a moment. But don't have it in your heart to live in that experience. Don't let it be in your heart that experience is now telling you, yeah, you're not going to get past this pain. You're not going to get past this situation. Don't let that experience talk to you. You talk to that experience. You are talking. That for me is my identity of how life gets to go well for me. That for me is who I am, body, soul, and spirit, across the board. And my encouragement is that truth lands and locates and lives in you. And that's your truth. That's your identity. That you're not talking about life. You're talking to your life.